or die. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly. Know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. Know that they ride or die. Know that they ride or die. I keep brave on my seat. Know that they ride or die. I keep brave on my seat. Baby hustle, but the life brave on my seat. Know that they ride or die.
Good morning, cousins. I am Uncle Mike, your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle, and we are back here. I am just looking to see, make sure everything is good, because it has been 2 weeks since I have live streamed because, well, I flew back from Houston last weekend, and so, yeah, just things were going on, so it just made sense not to go ahead and live stream last Sunday. But we are back here. We're going to do a flight. As you know, I like live streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator because it's like a podcast. We can take off and we can fly somewhere. We can look at scenery. We can look at the world, and but then we can get up there and we can chat about anything that we want to, whether that be gaming or whether it be the world and what's going on or whatever that might be. So we are back in the cockpit today. And so I will reveal what we're flying. It was already in the thumbnail. And I will reveal where we're flying today and all that kind of stuff in just a little bit. But first, a couple announcements. One announcement is right in front of you. As you can see, after 52 years, I am now wearing glasses. And I know you're concerned. I know you're concerned. But my eyes are healthy. The retinas and the iris and the corneas and the optic nerves and all that kind of stuff. It's just my eyes get real tired. And so these help me kind of transition between looking out and looking close. And so, yep, so very light prescription, but they are progressive trifocals. Yeah, gonna get me the ladies with that, huh? Not really, no. Okay. And what else? Yeah, we're slowly inching toward 500 subscribers for, I don't know, a year. I have no idea how long it's been, but I've had a contest running. Once I reach 500 subscribers, you can go down the description and take a look at the whole contest description and rules. That's what I'm trying to think of. Rules down in the description below, so make sure you check that out. Oh, let's see, what else can I tell you? I'm back in playing Dungeons and Dragons. I think I've mentioned that before, but now I have started a Discord server where we can do play by post. So basically it's all text and writing, but because D&D Beyond has got interfaces with Discord and dice rolls and all this kind of stuff, we are playing, where would that be considered? Like asynchronous, right? So it's we just finished our first campaign or adventure. It's not really campaigns, it's really adventure. The whole world is the campaign that I have created. But I'm having a lot of fun with that. It's been a nice break and change to get back into the imagination and the creativity that is Dungeons and Dragons and world building and adventures and all that. And so I have definitely enjoyed that. So I will probably at some point put the link in the description, or if you're interested, you can say you're interested and I can send it to you, or you can probably find it on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. But it's been a lot of fun, and just this morning we have started our second adventure. So with it's with a total of 3 other human players, 2 of which I know. One is a new friend online, and so I'm excited about that D&D play-by-post adventure on Discord. Yeah, and so then finally, if you're watching this on YouTube after the live stream, then click that like button if you do, subscribe if you haven't, comment, share, come join me in chat in a future live stream. Yeah, and with that, let's go ahead and game on. So here we are in the cockpit. We are flying the Airbus 320. Here we are. Little hint of where we're at today. Oh, Airbus 320 down under. So yes, we are going to be flying the livery of Air New Zealand in the Airbus 320. We are all set to rock and roll here down in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm going to do a flight down the main island of New Zealand down to Queenstown. It sounds too much like Queefton. It's already started. Oh no, this is not good. Going down to Queenstown. I think that's where we're going. But gonna kind of do a little deviation as we go. We're not taking the exact IFR route. I put in some other waypoints for us so we can get a nice view of New Zealand. I have been to New Zealand. Aunt Cindy and I have been to Auckland. We flown into this airport, but we flew out of Sydney. We went down there on a celebrity cruise years ago. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Weather looks good, though. It is live weather right now. It's not live time, but it's live weather. So it looks like it's a beautiful day to climb up to, maybe 32,000 feet or something like that. Flight level 320, and head south down to Queenstown here. So let's go ahead and jump back in the cockpit, get a few things set up here. So let's go ahead and on the old speedometer here, let's go ahead and get the old speedometer set. We'll go ahead and set this to 225 for the climb out here. So we're going to go ahead and get that all set up, up and away. You are correct there, Char. We are going to take a nice flight here. If you are interested at all with Microsoft Flight Simulator or Google Earth or anything like that, Microsoft Flight Simulator here on the Xbox Game Pass is amazing. Because, well, it lets you fly airplanes, and it also lets you use, because Microsoft Flight Simulator uses, I think, Bing aerial photography and topography, and so it's like flying on Google Earth, which is amazing. So, all right, let's go ahead and get heading set up, 231 on the old heading, because that's what we're already heading, and let's go ahead and we're going to climb up to, let's say 32,000 feet. We'll go ahead and set that on the old dial. Everything else is already hit. Flight plan is dialed in. Everything is looking good. It has been a while since I have been actually in the cockpit for a full flight. So this might be interesting. All right, so I think we're ready to go. Well, let's go ahead and get some views set up, huh? Let's go ahead and, what do we like here, huh? Let's see here. Do we like that? No. That's not. That's not. Ooh. Like those winglets, though. Woohoo! Oh, nice. That's cool. Did we get an update on views? Because there was an update. That's why we have New Zealand, and so. Well, there's your view. It's and do we want? I think we'll go with that. I'll just go ahead and pre-program that in right there. So, all right. So we are now set to go. Taking off to the west here, heading 230. I'm just going ahead and making sure everything is looking good in the neighborhood here and that I like everything. So let's go ahead and see. Auto brakes are set for rejected takeoff at maximum. We've got spoilers are all set in case we need. Flaps are set to 1. I think we're set to go. Let's go do this. Yeah, window seat. You want the views. Obviously, we can always go into external view so we can really see things. So, just a nice single runway here. Runway 23. Auckland, New Zealand, taking off to the west. And so we're going to basically be climbing out here. Then we're going to be making a turn to the south and kind of crisscrossing over the island and down then to the southern part where there's the mountains and everything. Because now that we're in the southern hemisphere here, it's very interesting because the farther we go south, the colder it gets. The closer we get, instead of to the Arctic, to the Antarctic. So you can also visualize that everything's upside down. Okay. All right, so set to go. I like it. I think I remember how to fly. So let's go ahead and bring in some power. Check everything on the dials. Everything's in the green. I like what I see. Brakes coming off. And we're going to set. And let's go ahead and just see. Everything is looking good. Yep, I like what we got. 100 knots. Airspeed's alive. Check the windsock as we go. I got a little bit of a left crosswind here. And go ahead and rotate. Woohoo! All right, gears coming up. Looking good, looking good. All right, flaps coming up. All right, everything is, I think we're all set now. Autopilot's on. There we go, 225 on the dial. Auto throttle set. Heading looks good. And like what we got, let's take a look back. Oh yeah, boom boom in the whatever, I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead now and tell the old flight computer, hey, flight computer, please follow the intended route, please. So we should now, flight computer should be going. This plane is so automatic. It's like grease lightning. It's automatic. It's hydromatic. It's grease lightning. So, all right, everything is not looking good here. There we go. There goes our turn. So we are now on the flight management computer. Climbing up the 32,000 fleet at 220. Let's go ahead and we are passing through 8,000 feet. Go ahead and go to 250 as we're coming up on 9,000 feet. Everything is looking good in the neighborhood. Of course, you can't hear nothing. There you go. Got to unmute the old game sound there. All right, 10,000 feet. Go to 300 on the old speedometer. Beautiful, huh? Look at this beautiful, beautiful day as we are now climbing out. Basically, there's this huge bay just south of Auckland, down here in New Zealand. So we're gonna kind of cut across to the southeast. That way, we're just not looking at water the whole flight. We're kind of following the land, so we have something to look at as we climb up here to flight level 320. And let's go ahead and just come over here, just make sure everything is cleaned up. Yep, I like everything. Auto brakes are off. We'll go ahead and keep the spoilers on auto. Flaps are retracted. We can go ahead and get a view. So we are all cleaned up here for number 36 uniform Mike. There we go. Air New Zealand, Airbus 320 down here in New Zealand, going from Auckland down to Queefton. Ooh. 52 years old, but 8th grader and an old body. So, all right, everything is looking good in the neighborhood. I like everything that I see. Everything is on the flight computer. My best bud from high school, who I still get to see. I didn't get to see him when I was down in Houston this time, but he flies for United in the Airbus 320. He's joined us on flights in our live streams before, and educated us on the systems of the Airbus 320 when we did the visual approach into Reagan National over there in Washington, D.C. So you can go find that past live stream. But Airbus 320 is basically, he was telling me, like at 100 feet or something like that, basically go all auto and then auto land. But usually he flies the plane all the way up to like 10,000 feet and then down from 10,000 feet just because, well, you know, that's just kind of how he is, you know. But I can understand that. So everything is looking good. We're on the flight computer. We're climbing up to 32,000 feet. We're at 300 on the old speedometer. So yeah, I like everything that I see. So what we're gonna do here, let's go ahead and, as we just climb up, let's go ahead and climb up. Go 350 on the old speedometer. All right, we are above 18,000 feet, and we're on standard. All right, so very good. Everything's looking good in the neighborhood as we're passing through almost 20,000 feet. Right? Actually, I think there's a button. Let's see here. Let's come over here. We can clean up lights too. So let's landing lights now can come off and retracted. Taxi lights can come off. Seat belts. Oh, I never turned the seat belts on. And so, oh, and you're clear to smoke too, right? Because this is a special charter flight. We got Snoop Dogg in the back, so you're free to smoke if you got him. So, all right, that's all cleaned up. Everything's looking good. All right, so we're coming up here on our first turn. And right now, 350 looks like a good, just going to kind of do a slow climb all the way up. 32,000 feet, so we're at, there we go. 350 on the old speedometer. We're just about, as you can see here, we've just about got a turn here. Here goes our turn. And I can come over here and let's go. We can range way out. There you go. Now you can really see the flight path here and the special waypoints that I've added in here, because now, see, we're over this bay, and so that we're going to kind of follow the land now. So we have something to look at, so we can really kind of see what New Zealand has to offer. A beautiful day, it looks like, down here in New Zealand with our Airbus 320 in New Zealand liveries. So, yeah, smoke boats. I remember the day. I remember the days flying. Actually, let me go out here. I'll go out so you really kind of get a nice view. I remember the days flying where, what was it, like the last row of each section, so like either first class or coach, the last rows were like smoking. It was one of my last flights on TWA. Yes, toi, coming back from to and from Europe, because my brother and I were, when he was graduating college and I was graduating high school, parents gave us a 6.5-week backpacking trip through Europe and England, and that was a lot of fun. And so basically it was just tickets into Frankfurt, Germany, and then traveler's checks and a emergency credit card, and we had Britrail and Eurail passes, and so we just went anywhere we want for 5 weeks in Europe and then a week and a half in England. But coming back from that flight, Matt smoked back in those days. I think he smoked the whole time. But yeah, so he would sit in the back and smoke on those flights. So, uh-oh, overspeed warning. I'm not really sure why it's an overspeed warning, but you know, Airbus. We'll slow down to 335 on the old speedometer. Okay, there we go. 335 in the old speedometer. So, oh yeah. Yeah, right. It's like, whoosh. And then you'd be like, when you went to like the, you know, you went to the restroom that was right up by the curtain, right? And you'd be like, oh wait, I got this, you know, so you could be like, you know, because back in those days, you would, what do you want to call it? You know, like fresh food, right? I mean, first class would have like roast beef that they would, you know, bring in a little cart and carve. It wasn't like this nasty stuff we got, you know, these days. So, but yeah, oh yeah, I'm with you, Char. Yeah. Look at beautiful New Zealand. Look at this, huh? I say this all the time, but this kind of looks like the Mount Mitchell area of North Carolina right now. You know what I'm saying? The topography. But as we head south, we're going to start seeing some big old mountains. Of course, it is their, what is it, their fall. Since we're coming into spring, they're going into fall. Whoa. Oh, we're leveling off. Okay, I was like, whoa. Why's the engine dying? All right, so we are now. I got you. All right, we are now leveling off at coming up on flight level 320, so 32,000 feet. That will be our cruising altitude. So, ladies and gentlemen, the fasten seatbelt sign is off. So is the no smoking sign. You're free to move about the cabin and frolic and whatever you want to do. Join the Mile High Club. Go ahead and hit it, if you know what I mean, as we are up here at flight level 320, heading now to the southeast, where you can look out both sides of the airplane and see New Zealand. There we go. Very cool, though. You can see the other side there of the island of New Zealand as we are following, like I said, following the land. Look at those contrails. That's beautiful. Just a beautiful flight sim here. Again, if you're interested in this, it's in Game Pass on the Xbox. So if you have Game Pass, you have access to this. We just went through, I think, update 12. And so update 12 included new things and stuff here in New Zealand. So I figured that's why we would come down here and fly and check out New Zealand. So very cool. Just a beautiful flight. But we are coming up here on, we're coming up on a turn here pretty soon in about 80 miles, 90 miles, something like that. We're about to make a turn. So basically what we're doing is we're kind of crisscrossing the island here. So now that we're heading east, so we took off to the west, we basically did a 180. Now we're heading east, crisscrossing, because New Zealand kind of has this shape to it. So we're kind of going to follow the land down. So that's what we're going to be doing. So very nice, Char. Hey, you know what? You know, that's the thing about, I know I'm making a leap here, but that's the thing about like Dungeons and Dragons, or you know, imagination and creativity and dreams and plans and wants, right? And the bucket lists, as you write there in chat and all that. To me, it's important to have that stuff, right? To you know, to have, you know, those ideas of what you want to do and what you want to see before the end, right? And so I think that's a mated plan, right? So, but again, me being the flight simmer that I am and really enjoying here Microsoft Flight Simulator and its, you know, its graphics and all this kind of stuff, on the Xbox Series X. I'll let you know. I did play this on the Xbox Series S. Still wonderful. Obviously a little bit of improvement on the Xbox Series X. But here we are. We are now crisscrossing New Zealand. Yes, it takes some, imagination to say, yeah, we're just looking at a screen, but this is built from Bing aerial photography. So, this is what kind of what you would see if we were like sitting back here going, oh yeah, give me my drinks. What, free drinks down here in New Zealand? Oh yeah, okay, thanks. As I look at over the engine here, looking out over New Zealand. So yeah, it's fun. So what's up with you? Nice. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, yeah. Yeah, who knows what will happen, here toward the end of the year and all this kind of stuff, and what kind of price these would be at. Obviously during COVID, these things went to like $1,000. And I think I got mine at $500 or $399 or $499, whatever it was. And so who knows what it will be as it sits on the market, and stuff like that. So, or, even at the time, you can get, refurbished ones and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's and I started on PC as a flight simulator or a flight simmer, and I moved to Xbox so I could party up with my young niece and nephew. And of course now over 16 years or whatever since I've had an Xbox 360, they've grown up and moved on, and I just never left Xbox. Just one is I really like the technology. One is I like the ease of it. I like all of its systems. That's not a good way to say it, but it's just like the easy button, right? It's not like you have to keep upgrading your PC, right, with better graphics and all this kind of stuff. And so yeah, I like it. It's also very nice to plug it in, to go ahead and to go plug it in for the old live streaming. So yeah, it's just, and I fly, I have a little keyboard, but I fly even this just on just the original controller. I don't do, fancy controllers, all this, I don't know, rack'ems, or I don't know what they all are, I need to think about what else do I really have. I got a little laptop, a 2017 laptop that I live stream off of. So my setup is a laptop over here, second monitor over here, which is just a little Walmart thing at like $100 or whatever, $50. I don't even know what it was. Little 26 inch, not even that, 24 inch, something like that monitor. And then I'm looking at just right here, I'm just looking at like a 26, 28 inch little TV, that's hooked to the Xbox. So it's not like some super system or something like that. I guess I got a light. Hi. I got a light over my new glasses. They have blue blockers, so I feel comfortable looking directly at the light. Because like Poltergeist, don't go into the light. Don't go into. So, but yeah, so it doesn't take much. Oh, what's coming up over here? Look at this. I'm gonna guess that's. What do you think? I see, like, so when you're looking down on, the Earth, and you start to see all the stuff, like, see all these little dots that are coming up here. It's like, what do you think those are? Are those going to be wind turbines? Are those going to be oil fields? Yeah, it makes it hard, I used to play on a projection, so like 80 something inch, and you sat 10 feet back, but then sometimes you're like, whoa, you get almost like, sick and nauseated. So yeah, have to look up on like, Google Earth. But since they're just kind of like up on the mountains, what I'm saying? Like these down here are like, you know, right on the shore. These look like they're up on the mountain, you know, on the ridge line. There's also some more off over here. And since it's New Zealand, I'm gonna think that that's actually all wind turbines. But you know, up here at 32,000 feet, you know, we can't really see the turbines. I don't. Well, maybe. Sure. Yeah, maybe right off the left engine here, or the right engine right there. Maybe that's maybe a wind turbine. That's even, you know, spawned in. These look like, they look like wind turbines. The position of them looks like wind turbines with the individual kind of rows, but they also could be oil. But just because they're up on a mountains like this, I'm going to say they're wind turbine. That's what I'm going to say they are. They're wind turbines. So, all right, let's go ahead and just do a check here. Okay, we're about to come up on this turn to the south. Right turn to the south. Everything is looking good. Airplane is looking healthy. And you did ask, Char, about turbulence. Yeah, turbulence is built. This is live weather, so I think they actually improved the model of turbulence, so we can get turbulence. We've definitely got wind up here. We've got right here, you can see that green arrow. So we've got a tailwind at 50 knots. So our ground speed right now is 524 knots, which is roughly like 600 and something miles an hour. So that's pretty awesome. So we are coming up here. You can see right here at November Romeo, we are going to need to make a right turn. This is a custom waypoint that I put in. So, oh yeah, we fast. Heck, we're even, ground speed is almost, you know, up here at altitude. We're, you know, approaching supersonic. So we got a little bit, but it's fast, right? It's fast. So flight should take us maybe about, you know, another hour or so, something like that. So I thought it was a good length of you know, flight. Plus, you know me a little bit. I like the live stream, not really more than about 2 hours. So, but see, nice mountains over here. Now we got this mountain. See, this reminds me like the Appalachians, not the Rockies, but like the Appalachian Mountains. But yeah, you can definitely see that there's a mountain. Of course, New Zealand is, you know, highly volcanic active. So, you know, they're on, that's why I think the land is there, right? Because it's a volcanic, and it's where I think they're actually kind of on the Pacific Ring of Fire, like Japan and Hawaii. I think they're all on that same, maybe the same kind of edge of that Pacific plate, tectonic plate. So, but yeah, we are just about here to make, so, oh, cool. Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, it was, have you seen that documentary? I'm not sure which channel it's on, but that documentary, I think it was in New Zealand, right, with the tourists over at the island to go look at the volcano, and then the volcano, it was like a couple years ago. And or maybe like 2018, 2019, I don't think it was 2020, where the volcano, you know, blew up, and then it killed like 8 people, right? The tourists and all that. And there's a good documentary, it might be on Amazon. And I watched that documentary. It's freaky deaky, because you're just like, oh you know, I mean, you know, this big force majeure acts of God, weather, stuff like that. I mean, it's so bigger than us, you know, big ants here on the planet. So when stuff like that goes, I mean, it's just, well, it just goes, and you know, there is no mercy, right, with that. So, but yeah, cool. Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, it was fascinating. Like I said, there's a documentary that really shows footage and the story and all that kind of stuff, and it's, you know, the thing that, all right, we're just about to make that turn to the south. I think this is the town of Hastings out here, or the city of Hastings out here now on the east coast of New Zealand, the northeast coast of New Zealand. So, all right. Yeah, and that documentary, the thing that was like, I was like, what? Was the, you know, the officials after it went, and then the helicopter tours, and one guy in a helicopter went over and landed and started helping people. He survived. His helicopter did not when it went off, and then because basically everything rained down, right? You have a little bit of time, I guess I'll say, as everything is blowing into the air, right? But then eventually gravity takes over and all that stuff. What goes up must come down. But then there was another helicopter guy, I guess he was told, like, hey, the officials say, nobody go over there. We don't want any more casualties. He was basically like, fuck you. So, and went over there and, like, rescued, like, 5 other people or something like that, who were badly injured and burnt and all this kind of stuff. So, but, yeah, I think this is the town of Hastings here in New Zealand. I'm not really sure, but if I remember from the flight plan. And then we are just about to, like I said, make this right turn to the south. So you're going to see here our Airbus 320 in New Zealand livery about to make a right turn to the south. And we're going to follow then the land down here. You can see obviously some other mountains there off the right wingtip. And here we go, right turn. Looking good. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at this town here below. Oh, we're right over the airport. There's the airport right there underneath the left wingtip. Very cool. Definitely see why the town is here on this, because they've got this nice bay here, and then they've got a nice harbor. You're also at the delta, looks like, of these multiple rivers, right? So very interesting. I bet there's a lighthouse out there on that point right there, just off the nose. Oh yeah, I'm almost sure. All right, let's go ahead and just check. Yep, we're making the turn. Everything is looking good. Now it's actually kind of just roughly a straight shot down south here as we just follow the land of New Zealand down to Queefton. As we head down to Queefton at flight level 320. But of course now we don't have that strong crosswind. Now we don't have the strong tailwind. Now we got the strong crosswind. But we'll go ahead and get all. Yeah, right. I mean, look at that. It's like, come on now. There's got to be a lighthouse over there. If I would have thought about it, I would have probably looked for that volcano and flown over it, and checked it out. So, but a beautiful day. This is live weather down here. The flight sim actually pulls in live data. So, very nice day down in New Zealand right now. Of course, it's their night-ish, or night, so, because they're on the other side of the international date line. So they're like, what, 16 hours like ahead of me, 18 hours ahead of me, or something like that. So, all right, I'll go ahead and leave this as we're going, because we are just intercepting. You're gonna see. You can see the Airbus here, make a few little corrections to the left as we go ahead and get back on target after that 90-degree turn we had to make there. And now we're heading south. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tell me. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that they're. Well, I'm gonna say, if it is right now 9 o'clock here, that it's like, 9. It's like, I'm gonna say 2 in the morning tomorrow. So it's 2 in the morning on Monday in New Zealand. That's what I'm gonna guess. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 1:35 in the morning tomorrow. So it's Monday down there already, which is really weird when you fly down there. So, because when you fly and stuff, because it takes so long, it's basically like you leave in the day, but you arrive in the day, but it's literally like the next day. So your brain's in all your brain's not all wonky because you basically like gone like, well, kind of like all the way around, right? Or at least halfway around. And so it's really, but taking your time. So then it's like a whole day, right? And so it's really weird. Like when we flew down there, it was like we're tired from the flight, but we got some sleep. But you're just like tired. But you leave in the light, and then you arrive in the light, and you're like, that was like the longest freaking day ever. But you're not all screwed up. So Chatham, is that the name of the volcano? Chatham Island. 2 time zones. All right. See, we learned. See, that's a beautiful thing about flight sim. Beautiful thing about just being curiosity in the world. Right? I like that, Char. I like that. I like that curiosity. Like, oh look, they got 2 time zones. You wouldn't think. You know, they're just kind of like narrow. So you wouldn't think that. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Chatham Island. So yeah, might have to do maybe next Sunday. Maybe we'll stay down here. Maybe we'll get a little airplane. We'll go be tourists around Chatham Island. So because Flight Sim pulls in live weather. So when there's storms, it literally makes storms like hurricanes and all that kind of stuff. Like I start to see some weather straight ahead of us down south, because as we get farther south here in New Zealand, I would imagine the weather's going to get worse because you start to get bigger mountains and all that kind of stuff. So I see some weather up in front of us. So we'll see what happens. But it would be cool if, you know, like natural disasters happen. So like, you know, volcanoes that would actually like you would have that in the flight sim when you flew by. So, but I think that probably's got to be, you know, extra scenery. So, all right. So we are looking good here. We are ground speed now is, see, we lost quite a bit. We lost what, 40 something knots, 50 knots of ground speed, because now we've got this 52 knot wind, but now it's kind of coming over our right quarter, so it's not pushing us as much. It's really just a crosswind. But the airplane looks healthy. I like what we've got. We're coming up here on our another waypoint, and of course once we get closer to Queefton, yeah, that would be right. You can go fly around a volcano. So I would imagine probably, you know, people have made the scenery to do that, but you know, but it's got to be like custom, I would think. So, but as we get farther south here in our flight, we get closer to Queefton, we'll start having to think about our descent and our approach, because we're shooting the RNAV into Queefton. So I just like saying Queefton now instead of Queenstown or Queenston. So, but yeah, beautiful. All right, so airplane's looking healthy. Let's go ahead and go back outside so we can really see what the land looks like. Here's this mountain range. These are not really huge mountains. Look at the contrail though we got. I don't remember what key I used, so hopefully I don't kill the sim. No. There we go. So we've got a few other players. These are real humans also flying. There's somebody with a Boeing 737 and somebody over here, I don't know what a C-25C is. I don't know. So down over here is some other humans. Oh, can we turn on traffic? I think I have it on though. Arc plan. Constraint. Oh, here. You can turn on constraints. I'm going to turn on constraints. So now we've got, if you look right here at Dubon, we got to be at Dubon at or above 10,700 feet. Well, we're definitely way above that. We're at flight level 320. So everything's looking good. Right, because terrain, we can turn terrain on. I think traffic is like preset, so I think it's all done already. So, but we've got, so if I turn it on, boop, so there's another player, another human pilot. Looks like he's Looks like he's going in for a landing approach. You can see his altimeter there, taking down. There was also a Boeing 737 out here flying along at 5,000 feet. And that's it. So not a lot of people down here right now. Down in New Zealand. Go ahead and turn those off. So from what I noticed, like I said, you're going to see here in New Zealand, you got a mountain range, kind of like the Appalachians and stuff. And then as we cross over into the southern part of the island, then off to our right, you will start to see some really big mountains. You can actually start to see some fairly larger mountains coming up here that are snow-capped. And we also got, like I said, the weather that's showing up here. So, all right, everything's... I'm just going to kind of get an idea of what we're looking at here in terms of looking good. I don't really want to mess anything up because I really just can't remember how the flight plan, if I hit, okay, there we go. Flight level, flight level, flight level. All right, so it looks like 692 nautical miles. Three, 4, 3. I'm not sure what. Oh, that's distance. So yeah, at Dubon, we're getting pretty close then at Dubon, because the whole flight's, so it looks like probably somewhere around El Ruv, we need to probably start thinking about our descent. So. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move our camera here so we're looking like right out the dash. That way we have that view, but let's go ahead and go. So yeah. So like I said, we got about another hour or so here of flight. So we got things we could talk about. So you're going to ask about landing? Well, you know what they say, you know. Flying is the second greatest thrill known to man. Landing is the first. So, what you gonna ask about? What do you want to know? But yeah, so we've got, as we shoot the RNAV, I know on the RNAV there's like actually like a turn that we got to go around a big mountain. So as we come in for the approach. So, and then this airplane is, full fly-by-wire, so it could actually land itself. We won't do that. We'll turn off the autopilot and we'll land. We'll the final flare and touchdown. I'll be on the stick and trigger for that. So. Oh yeah, we'll be able to see the mountain. I mean, these are some pretty good mountains right here, but they get better as we head south. So yeah, so sometime we'll here, like I said, if we look at the flight plan, so total the whole flight plan is at 6. You see that distance 692. So we're going 692 miles. So at El Ruv, we're basically 50 miles out. So we'll probably start to descend down to that 11,600 at El Ruv. And then we'll probably let the flight computer bring us on in. So yeah, so it's very interesting. So there's some beautiful mountains here, but just think this is opposite. So since we're now on the bottom of the planet, right, the southern hemisphere, it's just like us to Alaska. You got the Rocky Mountains, and then as you go north, or the Rocky Mountains got big mountains, don't get me wrong, right? But as you go north, right, the Rocky Mountains through Canada, then into Alaska, basically you get some bigger mountains, right? And so same kind of thing down here in New Zealand and stuff. New Zealand's very similar. And it's also probably because of the motion of the tectonic plates and stuff like that. What was active, what are older, what's newer, and that type of thing. And so, yeah, as you go then south here, we're going to see this huge mountain range. I got to see it live in Memorex. when we were down there. So as we head farther south, which is like heading toward our Alaska, but it's because we're on the bottom of the planet now, we're heading more right to the pole. And so yeah, so we're gonna have some big mountain ranges coming up here. So, and they'll be like fully snow capped. These are big mountains. So, you know, like some of these right here, they're pretty tall. They're snow capped here, right? But no, we're gonna see some big mountains like the Rockies. So. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, is that okay? I gotta look it up because I gotta know where this Chatham Island is. Oh. Oh, damn, it's way over there. So that's the volcano. I'm just looking it up here so we can see. Let's see. Okay, so the island where the volcano was at was called White Island. Wakari, that's where I know it from. That's what the name was, Wakari. So I am gonna find out where this then Wakari is. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, okay. I see where Wakari is now, where that island is. White Island, Wakari. That was where the volcano blew up. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna see that. Because we're already down here. That was Hastings. Actually, it was like Napier. Now Hastings, and now we're heading down toward Wellington. That's where we're kind of heading toward now, Wellington. So we're still on the North Island. We haven't got to the South Island of New Zealand. So, all right. So let's just see here. Yeah. So I think this might be Wellington. We might be right here. This might be Wellington coming up here. It's hard to see with the clouds and all that, but this might be Wellington here. Yeah. Let's see here. We go ahead and click on the old satellite view. Oh yeah, this is definitely Wellington. Okay. Yeah, this is Wellington. So this is where the North Island of New Zealand ends. Oh, they got some weather. Look at that. That's some pretty strong clouds down there. But it looks like at our flight level we're good. So I don't see any big storms or anything like that happening. So that's good. But yeah, so this is the town of Wellington, which is the southernmost, looks like, town. Not really completely southern, but basically, you know, main southern city of the North Island of New Zealand. And now we're about to cross over into the South Island. So over there is the northern part of the southern island of New Zealand. So we're roughly about we've already done about, oh, maybe almost, you know, half or so, not quite half, 40% of our flight. We're getting there. No, whoa, we're making a turn. Oh, no, just an adjustment. Okay, yeah, we just hit the Wellington waypoint, so flight computer is just updated. Yeah, I don't see, I mean, there is lightning actually, you know, what do you want to call it, programmed in, so you can get rain and lightning and snow and all this kind of stuff in the flight sim. But I don't see any lightning, so I don't, because it doesn't look like the real thunder bumpers. I don't really see thunder bumpers and anvil heads, you know, from thunderstorms. But who knows? Who knows? It could happen. It could develop. We still got, you know, 40 minutes or so in our flight. So we could still, weather could still, you know, develop. Who knows what we're going to be landing in, but we're going to do the instrument approach down here in Queefton. So now over here on my other monitor, or on my laptop, not my other monitor, I've now got aerial photography coming up. So pretty soon here, as we cross over and right off, probably almost right off the node, we're gonna start seeing some big mountains here. So, or at least taller mountains, but that run down. It's kind of like, it's also kind of like Chile, right? The country of Chile, right? Then Peru and all that, you know, where you have the Rockies, basically the Andes, but the Rockies that go right down along the coast. Very similar in New Zealand. So, but now we're just crossing over. So behind us here, this is now Wellington and the North Island, and we're now in between the two islands, and right off here is then the South Island, and this is called the, makes sense after Captain Cook. This is the Cook Strait. C-O-O-K. Charlie, Oscar, Kilo. Cook Strait. So everybody, I think, is enjoying their free drinks and having their smoky smokes. Back in the back. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Ah, yeah. Do you hear people talking? I can swear I hear people talking. Did they put that in the game? Here, I'll turn. Here, listen. We switch back. I don't know. It just sounded like it. Weird. Okay. Maybe I'm just like hearing things. All right, now here we are, South Island. Now you can already start to see right off the nose some bigger mountains starting to pop up here. Let's just go ahead and check on our aircraft here, make sure everything. Oh, see, you can see things really starting to get busy there in the old nav computer. Oh, a little bit of turbulence happened. A little bit of turbulence, you can see. So you can see all of our waypoints and all of our constraints, altitude constraints and stuff starting to pop up there on the old nav computer. So I think, like I said, once we get to Elrod, the Fellowship of the Ring, Elrav, then we'll need to start doing stuff. But aircraft looks healthy. Everything looks good. I'm just taking a look here. Mach 0.81, looking good in the neighborhood. Then we'll start then our descents and all that, like I said, at Elrav coming up here. So we got 180 miles until we get to Dubon. Du bon. There we go. Look at this topography. Oh yeah. Look at all those mountains. Look how that changes, huh? When we go from the North Island with Auckland down over here to Queefton. That's where we're headed, Queefton. Down here in the South Island, and then this change of topography. Oh yeah, so like Aunt Cindy, she watches all that, like Wives with Knives and all those true crime stories and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're just doing a little adjustment to the left. I'm just going to make sure that we're on the flight computer. I'm going to go ahead and what's happening? What's happening? Not really sure what was going on there. I'm going to go ahead and go to 160 on the old. We lost a little bit of our thing. Let me just make sure everything's looking good. Mach 0.81. Still on the flight computer. We're just making an adjustment here. I'm not really sure what happened there, but the flight computer looks like it's adjusting and all that, so I don't think I have anything to beat. Maybe the wind changed, so it kind of blew us off course just a little bit. So now we got this correction that's required. So okay, but yeah, Aunt Cindy, whew, she watches all that true crime stuff, and man, I tell you what we do to ourselves, whew, it's a lot worse than horror movies, right? So what horror are you watching? What movie, what show are you watching? Of course, it's not really, I guess it's horror, but I really like the Saw, you know, series of movies. So yeah, look at these mountains. That's some rugged topography right there. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Let's see here. Just say here, you be a co-pilot, so it'll put you over here. Actually, I don't even know what. So that's the view I have set. Okay. There we go. We'll kind of look out the window here like this for a while. So. Yeah, so after this, I'm going to be getting on Discord and starting to respond to some of the initial posts of this play-by-post D&D campaign that I am now dungeon mastering. Gone through the Zork School campaign 1. I made it a school, so that way it had a theme of even me learning how all of this online Dungeons and Dragons Beyond and Avery Bot and Discord works and all that kind of stuff. So that was a lot of fun doing that adventure. So we finished that Friday, and now late last night I went ahead, or not late actually, yesterday evening went ahead and posted the kind of what I call the hook or the narrative 0 post. So the initial post of how the adventure starts. And so I'll need to go in this later here when I'm done with this live stream and flight down to Queefton, New Zealand. Go ahead and start replying and reacting and stuff to posts, because that's one of the expectations that I have and that I learned from doing the first adventure, is now in the second adventure of play-by-post D&D, is that we've all committed, all of us players have committed to posting and checking at least once a day on Discord to kind of help keep things moving. So that is what what I've been doing. And that seems to really help out and work out, so. Okay, so that was weird. I looked over at my screen that I use to, like, you know, monitor what's going on and stuff. And it's like, it's showing me like 20 minutes ago. And I'm like, what? I have a 20-minute lag in my, what? Nah, I don't. Somehow it actually, I moved the slider for the video. So it was like showing me 20 minutes ago. Didn't even actually know I could do that. So now I'm live, so now when I look over, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, because clearly I've been talking to Char here real time, almost real time, because I've got like ultra low latency set up. So take a look out maybe we'll look out the side window like this. Maybe something like that. That's nice. You can see a little. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, I like that, yeah. Yeah, right? I was like, what? I looked over, I was like, we're looking out the front window, not the external view looking down on the airplane. And then I was like, is this, can you, and I can go over here and I can actually move the slider so it's either live or I can like go back and actually, while I'm live streaming, watch what happened a long time ago. I didn't even know I could do that. So, but look at this rug. See how rugged now this is? You know, down here along the mountain chains here in the southern island. I mean, you still got, you know, you're going to see that, you know, that there's some, what do you want to call it, lowlands and all this kind of stuff, but this is a much more rugged island down here. I mean, it's just not non-stop mountains, but it is the majority of the topography is mountainous. So that's one other thing that I'm actually really enjoying about the play-by-post Dungeons and Dragons is really getting into the creativity and again the imagination of the prose, of the description of what's going on, right? Instead of just saying, oh, that's beautiful. No, really describing, right, the action and the senses and what you're experiencing and what the characters are experiencing. And that also, to me, is very creative, right? Instead of, you know, and so instead of just like, you know, oh, I attack with my axe. No, like really describe like what your character's doing, right? And in the veins in the arms, you know, as you grip your battle axe ready to, as you leap up, and, you know, and so really getting just, you know, detailed and creative and using your imagination to describe, you know, what is happening, because it's all text-based, right? I mean, it's basically what we're doing. We're doing a collaborative choose your own adventure, text-based adventure. So very cool. So hey, so I'll just say, Char, so yeah, I'll go ahead right now, and so let me come over here, the master computer, activate Discord. Computer, reactivate Discord. So there you go. There is the link to Discord. I have set it up so that there is roles for everybody, which you can't see then everything. Everybody can, you know, see stuff. You can see the past campaign, so you can read all the whole narrative, and you can see the dice rolls and stuff. The current campaign have a role called Spectator, and that is basically then where you can actually watch the game. as it's happening. So Char, obviously, if you join, I'll probably recognize you, or in the basement, because it's kind of like we're playing Dungeons and Dragons in the basement, just like original Dungeons and Dragons, at 330 Center Street in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and promote you to spectator role. That way you can actually see the table as we play, see what we talk about, see the dice rolls, see the narration of the story and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, there's the link in Discord for anybody else wants it. Like I said, you can come on over. So, and that's Nim Fingers. I love it. That's cool. And of course, you can always maybe be a future player if you commit to the expectation of participating regularly and all that in the future. But yeah, so you can take a look. It's just something that you can have in your pocket if you want to read a little bit and just catch up on what's going on. It's a lot of fun. So also there is an interactive element to it. I've created a custom emoji that is the same symbol that D&D Beyond uses to show inspiration, the rule of inspiration in the game. And so as a spectator, if you really like what somebody says or describes, you can click and react to their post with the little inspiration emoji, and then I'll consider that as the dungeon master when I look and I'm like, oh, look, there, people really like this, what they person said or described, and they think they ought to get inspiration or something like that. Obviously, as the dungeon master, I get ultimate say and decision, but so there is that if you're interested in doing it. But that's pretty cool. Yeah. A mage with engineer interests. That's cool. Yeah. Dungeon Dragons, just amazing. All right, let's go ahead and do a check and see where we're at here. All right, so we only got 86 miles until we get to Dubon. And then after Dubon, 557, then we've got about 80 miles after Dubon, so not very long after that, 15 minutes or so. Then we get to El Ruv, and at El Ruv is where we're going to start our descent, I think, down. So, or we might even start our descent at Mammoth and get down to 11,006. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start at Mammoth. At Mammoth, we are going to start our descent. So you can definitely see it looks like some weather straight ahead because probably of the topography of the mountains. But yeah, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go in the cockpit here. Go back. We'll go back to your view, the cockpit, the co-pilot view here. All right, so we got a little bit of a left turn that we got to make once we get here to Dubon, just a little bit. Then we are going to start our descent. It's been a while since I've touched all the dials and all the buttons here in the Airbus, so hopefully I don't do like a German wings. So that would not be good. So taking a look. Yeah, so I've been live streaming here for an hour and 15 minutes, and so yeah, probably be a 2-hour live stream or something like that. We'll see. Yeah, just beautiful country. Looking at down those, the rivers down there in the valleys, snow-capped mountains, bigger mountains, getting some weather off the nose there. You can see we're starting to get more of a solid cloud cover. Oh, I believe that's probably you right there. Yep, there it is. Well, then that's real easy to do. Boom. I'll just click Discord here. Boom. Bring up Discord. You probably get a bunch of waves. Hi. Hi. So I will wave. I will promote you to a spectator so you can then see the game here. So there you are. And there you go, spectator. Very cool. All right, gonna go ahead and shut that down. Get back here in the flight sim. Make sure we don't crash. Make sure we're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing. And let's go ahead and take a. I don't know why I keep coming over there. I got a instrument right here. All right, so we've got. It looks to be about 60 miles or so here, so not very long till we get to Dubon, which is our waypoint. Here, maybe we can kind of do like something like that. That way. Oh wait, you can't see it, but I can. So, maybe if I'm looking over here at my screen so I can see. So I'm blocking. There you go. Now you can kind of see the nav computer and where we're at on the flight plan and all that kind of stuff. Still at 32,000 feet, so we'll have to start stepping back from that, descending down here once we get to Mammoth. Because things will start to happen pretty quickly then. Oh, I know what we can do here. We haven't done it in a while though. Let's go ahead and just see. Oh, there we go. Wiggle Man, another human, and that's it. So it's pretty quiet up here. So another human pilot here in Microsoft Flight Sim. Like you can see the coast over there. Now you can really look at these mountains. See, that's all right off the nose there. That's all snow-covered mountains. New Zealand mountain high, New Zealand. New Zealand mountain high, New Zealand. That's my version of the song. Yeah, we definitely, boy, it's different. It's almost hard to tell, like snow versus clouds, isn't it? Whew. But everything's looking good here, so. Yeah, we don't need to see the nav computer right now. We still got time. We'll know when we get to Dubon. We'll know when we get to Dubon because the plane's going to make a slight turn to the left, so we'll know when we're there. So. Oh yeah, it's yeah. Ever since the DS, the Nintendo DS. That was the last Nintendo I owned. So. Never got a Nintendo Switch. Looks like a great little console, portable console, you know, looks fantastic, but just never really had the need for it. So. Yeah, I think we got rid of our DS's. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we did. But they were great because you could link them up, and Aunt Cindy and I had like this golf game that we really liked. So it's a little stylish, you know, you could like not putt-putt golf, like real golf. And we liked that. That was a lot of fun because we could play it together, you know, on the airplane or something like that so that you could link up. Yeah, cool technology. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing technology. So, yep, we're getting snow-covered mountains here. Looks like some glaciers. Because remember, we're heading south, but we're in the southern hemisphere, so now we're getting basic like into, right, the southern Alaska, if you want to call it. So, yep, we're starting to see, it looks like glaciers, and they're melting into, you know, some valleys and stuff. Beautiful. Just beautiful. There's those mountains I was talking about down this coastline. A little bit more cloud cover too, a little bit more weather. You know, it's also fascinating to see though how, you know, because I think the trade winds here are coming from the west, so they're coming from the right here, they're hitting the mountains, they're going up, and then now you get the consequences of all that airflow going up, and then you get all this, you know, clouds and weather and stuff. So that's, you know, that's fascinating also to see the visualization of that here in Microsoft Flight Sim. Amazing. Yep, definitely looks like glaciers here. So, wow, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, we had, I mean, like I said, my first console was Xbox 360, and we had, was it Mario Kart? Yeah, I think it was Mario Kart that my niece and nephew and I played a lot online. No, that was no, Mario Kart was on the old Nintendo. It was on another console, and then I got an Xbox 360, so we could party up. And I can't remember really what games we played. Well, I played with them, but I remember with my brother, we played a lot of Gears of War 2 and Horde mode. That Horde mode was a lot of fun. That cooperative waves of enemies and all that. That was a lot of fun. That was like one of the first games that I really remember on the Xbox playing. So, all right. Definitely got mountains now. Snow-covered mountains with the coast just right there off the right wingtip. Beautiful. Let's take a look at our flight computer. And because things are starting to happen and everything is on the screen, we're going to go ahead and dial our range down to 80 miles. There we go. Oh, there we go. So just in just a little bit here, we're going to get to Dubon. And then at Mammoose. Yeah, we could actually start to descend down at Mammoose to flight level 185, so 18,500 feet. I think we'll go ahead and do that too. We'll start to use the constraints there that are on that. So, oh, you bought another 360 just because of the games, new versions, graphics. Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, it's still just a fun, viable, absolutely console. So, all right. So, not really sure. We got plenty of, so let's go ahead and see what happens here, right? If I go ahead and dial in flight level 185, I don't think anything should happen yet. $185. If I press X, do we start a descent? Yes, there goes the descent. All right, so now what I want to do though is can I dial in, say 1,000 feet per minute? All right, so there goes the turn. There goes our 1,000 feet per minute. Let me see, do I have the hockey puck? Or was it called the hockey stick? Oh, I don't see the hockey stick. Alright, let's see here if I can get the hockey stick to come up. Let's go ahead and... So there's a thing called the... I think it's what my instructor, Millsy, told me. That somewhere we should get like what's called the hockey puck or hockey stick, which is a little symbol that tells us where we're gonna be at, but I don't see it. But clearly we're also fast, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't see the hockey stick, which I thought was like where we're at on our flight path when we get down there. Oh, I got you. Yeah, Xbox. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I've been doing. I've just been upgrading, the whole time here. So, I don't see the hockey stick. Might be because I'm not in the proper mode. Approach. Constraints, waypoints. ADF. Arc, plan. Maybe I gotta be in nav mode? No. VOR? No. Wait, was there? Alright, now I'm just gonna go back to ARC. I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking for, oh, a Pampu, we gotta be at or above 15,000 feet. So we definitely don't want to go to 11.6. We gotta be at or above 15,000. So I'm just gonna stay right here. Might be that we're just not even getting to. So let me, I'm gonna go ahead and send down 2,500 feet per minute. See if we can see that. I don't see the hockey stick. All right, so for that reason though, we're also going to slow on down to 300 knots. There we go. Slow down to 300 knots. All right, descending on down here. Away we go. We got a headwind too. So, but we're still 430 knots or so. So we're probably going to be still about 400 knots over the ground. And everything is looking pretty good here. I like what I'm seeing. Nothing looks too dangerous. Just go ahead and check the stream. Elgato looks good. Yeti looks good. Everything looks good. All right, it's 300 knots descending down. Again, as you see right there, that purple-ish color at Pampu, we need to be at or above 15,000 feet. So, yep, 15,000. Then Ekvox is 10,000 feet, so we can start to then descend down. All right. So, because see, I think there's a thing that what you can do. Oh, I know what it is. I bet. All right, so what we're going to do is, I think it's what it is. So once we get past L, we're going to descend down to 18,500 feet. Once we get past L Rev, which is at 11,600 feet. Okay, I know. Okay, no, I'm going to try something here. So 15,000 feet. So we need to be at or above flight level 18,500 here. So if I keep the constraints, will it level off automatically? So we're going to try something here just to see. Oh, no, I hit the rudder. Damn it. No, that's not what I want to do. There it is. All right. Flight computer's going to have to adjust for us here. There it goes. All right. That was my mistake. All right, so we're going to try this here. I'm going to go ahead and come in here. I'm going to dial in 15,000 feet. And I'm going to press it in. And so now the flight computer should follow. There's the hockey. See the hockey stick? There's the hockey stick right there. See it? That little white icon? There's the hockey stick. Okay. So now what's happening is the flight computer is going to step us down. Yeah, you see it? You see it? That's called the hockey stick. That's what my buddy Millsy, who flies for United, was telling us. So now we've told the airplane, you can go down to 15,000 feet. That's the lowest you can go. And also follow these constraints. So it shouldn't go past 185 until it gets past this point. Once we get past that point, the flight computer will say, oh, I can now go down to 15,000 feet. Once we get there, we can actually start to lower it down, and it will follow all of these orange altitude constraints. So you can see we're starting to level off at 18,500 because we can't cross that. We got to be at flight level 185. That's 18,500 feet at that point. So the flight computer is doing everything for us. You can also see the constraint that we've got. We're saying, hey, flight computer, you can go to 15,000 feet. But if there's a constraint in the navigation, that overrides that. So that's what's going to happen here. So let's see if that works out. Let's take a look at the view. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at those mountains. Now that we're down lower, those are big. I mean, we're at like 18,000 feet. So that's a 15,000 foot or 18,000 foot mountain right over there off the right wingtip back there. That's a big mountain. All right, so let's see what happens here. So we're coming up here now on Mammoose in 37 miles. We're at 300 knots. There you go. We just passed Mongoose. And so now you can see, since we passed Mongoose, we're now no longer under that constraint. We're now at the 15,000 foot. So now it went to blue because we told it to go down to 15,000 feet, which it can, because there's no other constraint that we've got right now. Gotcha. Haha. I'm figuring this stuff out. So, all right. So with that happening now, let's go ahead and range in a little more. So there's the hockey stick. You can see the hockey stick now. So that's where we're going to be on the flight path when we get to 15,000 feet. That's what that means. All right, let's take a look outside. Beautiful, huh? Just beautiful. And we're below 18,000 feet now, so let's make sure pressure is set. So it's 3001 on the old altimeter. Oh yeah, beautiful. Just beautiful. Amazing. Some type of canal off there off the right wingtip. Definitely looks like some type of like high mountain cold river there because of that coloration, farms and all this. See, you can see that this drinking or some type of canal, man-made canal there right off the nose. Interesting. All right, we're gonna get into a little bit of clouds here. Not too bad. Not really weather, just some clouds. Leveling off at 15,000 feet. Flight level, or not flight level. At the speedometer is 300 knots. Looking good. I like it. I like what I see. Everything is looking good. So you can see right here. So at Pampu, we got to cross Pampu at or above 15,000 feet, but we got to cross Elrub at 11,006. There's no reason to go down and then come back up. It's probably because there's mountains. That's why there's this, you know, for this area, there's around Elrub, there's probably like a valley, but then Pampu is probably like there's a mountain. So we got to be higher for that. That's why we got to do this. So yeah, that's cool. I remember when Captain Millsy was telling us about the hockey stick on that flight into Washington, D.C., and I just couldn't remember how to do it, but now I got it. Now I got it. All right, so alrighty. We're coming up now. Gonna be making a turn to the right, heading to Pampu. Then we need to really start thinking about, gotta start thinking about landing. Like I said, I remember the approach. We're coming in, then we got to make a turn to the left and then a turn to the right. I think probably go around a mountain. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll see. But we'll see it on the old nav computer here. So alrighty, so Elrub, we got to make a right turn. Just a little bit after that, then we're at Pampu. Yep, and then we can start to descend down. So now you can start to see some of the other constraints. Ekvox is at 10,000, but then the waypoint after that's 11,000. So we don't want to really go down past 11,000 because there's some type of terrain or something like that at Atki. I'm going to say it's Atki. Nope, Atkil. Got it. Because if we dialed in 11,000 feet right now, it would take us down to 11,006, and then it would climb back up to 15,000. And since we had 11,000 dialed in, then at Ekvox it would climb. It would, since we put like 11,000 in, it would stay at 11,000 until we got right there. And you can see the next waypoint after that still at 11,000. So next thing what we're going to do is at Pampu, we are going to go ahead and dial in 11,000 up here on the altitude on the autopilot to give it a new constraint. So, all right, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, that's just beautiful. Oh, there's some scenery. So I do have waypoints, or what do you want to call it, icons for landmarks and stuff on. So some type of thing over there, but we're too far away, so it's not loading in the name. But yeah, you can kind of see now there's these mountains. Like there's a mountain right ahead, but I think we're probably gonna make a turn right there at that mountain almost. So, well, for you it'll be Guten Tag. Guten Tag, Frau Emily, or Emilia. Oh, there we go. There's our right turn. A right turn at El Louvre. Heading to Pampu. Beautiful. Just beautiful. By the way, I think that's so hilarious. It's like, hello from Deutschland. Howdy. Because I say that all the time too, growing up in Texas. Howdy. I love that word, howdy. I have to say, I probably say howdy a lot more than I say hello. So, I would imagine Germany, well, Deutschland, so yes. Deutschland. Where in Deutschland? I need to probably do a flight over there in Deutschland. Maybe we'll do that here in a couple streams in the future, huh? Been to Berlin too many times to count. Been to Dusseldorf too many times to count. I've been to opening bell with the mayor in Munich at Oktoberfest. Been to Mulheim many times. So very cool. All right, let's see where we're at here. Oh, we just passed Pampu. So at Pampu, we are now going to go ahead and step on down to 11,000. There you go. So now we got 11,000 constraint, and nothing is telling us we can't go lower than that. So we're going to go down to 11,000. Once we get past Onadu, it looks like we can start to step down, and then we're getting close to approach. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be flying like a valley, right? I mean, if you look in front here, there's nothing but mountains in front of us. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be following this valley. So, oh yeah, we gotta be careful now. Heidelberg. Yes, I know it's Edelweiss, but. And I know that's like Austrian, but I'm just paraphrasing for you, Emilia. I'm just paraphrasing for you, right? So, Heidelberg, it's pronounced Heidelberg. Well, welcome, Emilia. So you are seeing approach here into Queenstown, New Zealand. It was an update on Microsoft Flight Simulator here on the Xbox Series X, and so we are now starting our initial descent. You can now see that our flight plan is ending here on the nav computer. So there you go. So, all right, things seems to be happening pretty fast, and we're coming up on 11,000 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and slow us down to 250 on the old speedometer. Here in the Airbus 320. There we go. So what's interesting here on the Airbus is these buttons here, you can actually push and pull them. And so what's interesting is the whole push-pull is basically push means you're telling it, hey, do what the flight computer is saying. Pull means do what's reading right here, basically like pilot control. So and so let's take a look at what we've got here. So we're descending down, and oh no, we're at 11,000. So it looks as if, I don't know if we're going to be following this valley right up here, or if there's another valley up here that we're going to be following. So we'll see. It looks like it's going to be a very interesting approach. So, and once we get past, yeah, Onadu, then we can actually go ahead and start to step down here. So I want to see, what is it? NZQN? Yep, Queenston Airport. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Queenston Airport just to get ready for our landing. Just beautiful though, down here in southern New Zealand. All right, so Queenston, current weather. That's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see like a flight aware. There we go. That's probably what I want. Maybe it'll bring up better information for me. Kind of want to get an idea of the airport layout. Really? Nothing? How hard is this? All right, let me just bring up an image. Here we go. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be landing on runway 23. So yep, okay, got it. I like it. Let me bring up this. Okay, I got it. Just taking a look, see what I can find. Information. Really? Please? No, nothing? Wow, this is like hard to find information here on this damn airport. I think it would just be like, well, it's showing me pictures, so okay, well, I get an idea of it. All right. Let's see what else we got. Frequency 137. All right, so there goes our turn on our approach. I am also now going to start slowing down. 200. Things are getting busy. So let's go ahead and slow down, give ourselves some time. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. Oh yeah, Frankfurt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, just can I find any information on Queenston Airport? Let's see, services, elevation. All right, so it's at 1,000 feet in elevation. All right, we're just about to come up on Onadu. Remember, at Onadu, we can start to descend down. Oh yeah, so I bet it's up there in that valley right off the nose up there. That's kind of where we're heading. Here's the mountain, so we're probably going to go like to that valley and then make a turn and all this kind of stuff. So all right, so let's go ahead and we can zoom in here on the old nav computer. There we go. Now you can really see the flight path. And we're just now making our turn, so let's go ahead now. We'll tell the flight computer. Give it a new constraint of field elevation. Go. Check the pressure. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's definitely going to be our approach. We're gonna follow this. You can see the green there. We're gonna follow that valley up by that lake. I'm almost positive that's what we're doing. Let me see if. Yep. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun little approach right here. Okay, so. Yeah, not very long. We're basically descending down. We're going to be on the ground here in just probably about 5 or 10 minutes. The airport is like right over here somewhere. So here we go. We're making this. I think we can go ahead and even zoom in on the nav computer even closer. There we go. Making the turn. Oh yeah. Descending down. All right, let's go ahead and go to 175. Slats coming out. There we go. Leading edge slats are coming down. There we go. All right, let's get ready for landing. So we've got spoilers are still in auto. Let's come over here. Auto brakes coming to medium. Landing lights coming on. All right, we need to descend on down faster, so let's see if I can. All right, descending on down here. Oh yeah, airport's in sight. Airport's in sight. Okay, I'm gonna... My airplane. All right, first notch of flaps. All right, we are way high. All right, another notch of flaps. We're gonna go 145 with the old speedometer. All right. Yep. Oh yeah, I guess so. How you gonna? All right, gears coming down. Flaps down. We are way high. Oh yeah, I really messed this up, but we're gonna dive on in here. All right, what happens if I... There we go. All right, we're looking good now. We're getting there. Spoilers out. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, I'm compensating. Oh yeah, looking good. I like it now. I like it now. Spoilers coming back in. I need to get them set for... There we go. 1,000. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this. There we go. All right, starting to get one red, two reds. All right, we're on approach. We're on approach. Looking good. Looking good. A little high. There we go.
200, 100, 60, 50, 40,
Oh.
30, 20.
Oh, sorry about that in the back. Oh. Dust storm. What is that? Clean up the spoilers. Clean up the flaps. We don't need to stop on the runway. What was that? Look at that. It's like a dust devil. So definitely not the best landing. hit a little hard there. It's all right. It's all good. Welcome to Queefton. Welcome to Queefton, New Zealand. Let's see, where are we going? Where are we going? Probably should have taken the other taxiway, but that's all right. We'll take this one. It's our first time here in Queefton. Not a really big airport, you know what I'm saying? Looks like we got our ground crew over here. I'm gonna go over here with the electrical truck and all that. See him right over there? That's where we're heading. Yeah. Look at this. Look how beautiful it is here, though. Wow, this is gorgeous. I don't know what that is. That dust devil? Or it's just over there. I know, right? Man, looking good. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing, Captain? Come on. Come on. A little bit more. All right, parking brakes are on. All right, I'm going to try to remember how to shut down the engines. I think it's right here. Yep. Booyah! Well, welcome to good old New Zealand, Queenstown, New Zealand here. Well, that was a lot of fun. Not the best landing, but you know, hey, you know, I haven't been on the stick and trigger in a while. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whether you are here in the States or over in Germany. So thank you for joining me, and you know, click that like button if you do, subscribe if you haven't, comment, share. Come join me in chat in a future live stream, because I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle. I am Uncle Mike. Bye, everybody. Oh, well, that was cool, but oh yeah, I gotta get down more. I gotta get down more. It wasn't just letting the flight computer use the constraints. It didn't come down fast enough. So.